And we start tonight with some good news, because I finally found an advantage to being over 40. Yes, hair sprouts out of your ears, and yes, hangovers last a fortnight. But all you youngsters, the only chance you get to drive a Subaru Impreza and a Mitsubishi Evo VIII is on your PlayStations. Whereas me, with my wise shoulders and my hairy ears, I'm allowed by the insurance companies to take them to the best driving country in the world. Scotland. These cars were born in the rough and tumble He-Man world of rallying. With their turbocharged engines and their four-wheel drive systems, they grip and they go and they stop so ferociously that you're just left absolutely breathless. In the real world, with bumps and hedges, low-nosed, wide-bottomed Ferraris and Porsches couldn't hope to keep up with either of them. They are astonishing. And yet, they're both relatively inexpensive Japanese saloon cars. So they've both got four doors, they've both got big boots, and they're both as reliable as a Swiss bus driver's Austrian pacemaker. What more could you possibly want? Let's deal with the Subaru first. The old model, the one with the silly headlamps, was a bit of a softie. The new one has a more attractive face, but don't be fooled. The steering's quicker and the suspension is tougher. They've made it harder, edgier, less of a car, more of a barroom brawler. It's a different story with the Mitsubishi Evo VIII. The old Evo VII was like a mafia hitman without the compassion. At first glance, it seems they've made the Evo VIII even more hardcore. It's lighter, and its gearbox has 6 speeds rather than 5. In actual fact, though, they've made it a little bit softer and a little bit quieter. They've even given it a proper big fuel tank. The old one used to have a Zippo in the back. You're only able to go 4 inches before you ran out of petrol. So the Subaru's been beefed up, and the Mitsubishi's been watered down. It seems then that these two cars have met in the middle. And that means I have to go out there into the bigness of Scotland and find out which one's best. Sometimes, you know, this job is very, very good. Nothing prepares you for the shock when you first take this thing round a corner. Take a test drive. Honestly, take a test drive. You will not believe how much grip there is. You just won't. This Subaru is a hugely manly experience. The noise it makes. It's got a macho gearbox. It's got macho steering. It even smells of man. The essence of burnt clutch. Splash it on all over before going out at night for a curry and a fight. The Mitsubishi is much more technical. It's got an active centre differential which moves the power to the front wheels or the back wheels depending on which have the most grip. All I have to do is tell it whether we're on tarmac, gravel or snow. And then it's got something called super active yaw control, which moves the power from side to side. Sometimes then, in a really big corner when you're really hammering, this car is one-wheel drive. So I can sum them up like this. The Mitsubishi is like an F-16 fighter, light and highly manoeuvrable. The Subaru is more like an F-15, a fighter bomber. As far as power's concerned, both of them get close to 150 miles an hour and both do 0 to 60 in under 5 seconds. You can't split them on looks either. And inside, both have willfully flimsy interiors that are lifted only by the big seats and the buttons for spraying cold water on the intercoolers. On the outside, the Subaru tries to lighten up with its pink and gold jewellery, but both these cars really are shamelessly aggressive. Look at the scoop on this bonnet. And they seem to have given the Evo so many steroids it started to grow out of its own body. You know what these cars should be called, don't you? The Mitsubishi Did You Spill My Pint and the Subaru You Outside Now. Trying to decide which is best is hard. They're both spoon-bendingly, hallucinogenically, law-breakingly mad and absurd. On a wide-open road like this, the nimbler Mitsubishi wins. But when things get narrow and bumpy, the Evo really does turn into a jet. On a difficult road like this, the Impreza feels more planted. So, which would I buy? Ooh, I can't give you an answer now. I'm having far too much fun.
So, Jeremy, what did you discover after your unnecessarily long trip to Scotland?
Nothing.
Right.
It's impossible to choose between these two cars. There's no tangible reason why you'd take one rather than the other. The only thing I will say is that when we'd finished filming and I just had to drive back to the hotel, I always found myself getting into the Subaru.
Know exactly what you mean. Couldn't tell you why. I prefer the Impreza. Always have. No idea why.
It's like, you know, I prefer dark chocolate.